Hi, listeners. Welcome to ViralManjan's fourth episode of Distinctive Brand Assets podcast series. And here I have with me Zara.
Hi, listeners.
So, this episode is actually a follow up to our last podcast where we discussed the challenges faced by Fair and Lovely due to the Black Lives Matter movement, a global phenomenon that hit hard in the local markets. And we discussed that whether the brand should get rid of its distinctive brand asset, which is in Fair and Lovely's case, its name, Fair, or continue with the same. Something we predicted a month ago, and to our surprise, 3 days back, Hindustan Unilever announced that they will be removing the term fair from the brand along with other discriminatory terms used in their communication. So, in this podcast, we'll be discussing the following points post critical decision and stepped by one of the largest FMCGs in the world. So, the points to be discussed are number one, how has or will this decision impact the consumer mindset and feelings? Number two, what led to such a huge step by Hindustan Unilever? Number three, what is the new brand going to be like? So now, Zara, how do you think this decision will impact your consumers' mindset and feelings?
Well, we have been reading a lot about different point of views on the issue. So we will be starting off from the statement shared by the chairman, Sanjeev Mehta, and I quote, "We are making our skincare portfolio more inclusive and want to lead the celebration of a more diverse portrayal of beauty. In 2019, we removed the cameo with two faces as well as the shade guides from the packaging of Fair and Lovely. And the brand communication progressed from Fair to Glow, which is a more holistic and inclusive measure of healthy skin. These changes were very well received by our consumers. We now announce that we will remove the word fair from our brand name Fair and Lovely. The new name is awaiting regulatory approvals, and the pack with the revised name will be available in the market in the next few months." Unquote. So this is the company's point of view and the best of the responses to tackle the situation, which could have done a bigger damage to the brand if not dealt with smartly. An instant reaction to this is happiness. This is how we reacted when we first saw the news. Now that's a good step. Also, it suddenly creates a soft corner for the company for being considerate and respectful towards human feelings. This is how we humans work and react and so on. But there is also another perspective that we would like to share from an online publisher named Scrollin. I quote, "Hindustan Unilever's decision to drop the word fair from its skin whitening cream, Fair and Lovely, can only be called a cosmetic change. The move was aimed at making their skincare portfolio more inclusive and celebrate a more diverse portrayal of beauty. This is not the first time the company has attempted to rebrand the cream. In 2019, words such as fair, fairness, white whitening, and light lightening were dropped from the packaging. Now, Mehta announced the emphasis would be shifted from fairness to glow. But words such as glow and skin brightening have long been used by cosmetic products as more acceptable alternatives for treatments that aim to lighten skin tone." Unquote. As we listen to these two perspectives, we can speculate that although the brand has made a populist move that will ease some ruffled feathers, it may not have reached the heart of the problem, the removal of the skin lightening ingredient. However, overall, we feel that it's a good step that other MNCs should also consider and follow. The impact of this decision varies as per the level of the consumer's awareness and exposure to the discrimination endorsed. It was also observed that many consumers question the issue of wanting to be fair at the same time.
We can actually see a variety of emotion here in the statement by the company, publishers, and general consumers. So, what do you think, Zara, what led to such a huge step by Hindustan Unilever? Is globalization to be blamed here?
Globalization is the key here. A social issue on racism in one region led to a well established brand changing its name in a completely different region. This is how strong the global connection is. Awareness, freedom of speech, and to fight for one's rights together takes a movement to places. Just a day before yesterday, I happened to see a piece on the same topic on BBC News. And that's how I found out the reason behind so much pressure on Hindustan Unilever. Unilever. The piece said, I quote, on Thursday morning, Fair and Lovely trended high on Twitter in India with hundreds demanding a ban on its advertising and sale. In the past 2 weeks, at least three change.org petitions have come up globally, asking Unilever to banish the cream from markets in Asia and Asian stores in the West. While many rejoiced over the announcement, describing it as a historic and huge victory, others pointed out that it was old wine in a new bottle, as the company was still going to sell the same cream with the same ingredients, but with a new name.
So we can clearly see that globalization makes complete sense here. And when people unite for a cause, there are results for sure.
Well, it is how it is. So, continuing with the distinctive brand assets and the brand Fair and Lovely, what do you think the new branding will be like, Subura?
New branding. Oh my. New branding is the most awaited move in this entire case. And a big question mark as well. There's so many questions that are just coming to our mind. Like, for example, what is the name going to be? Is it just going to be lovely or glowing and lovely? Or maybe you and lovely? Or it can be something else, something that we are not even expecting. Apart from the name, there are some other important elements as well. For example, the color. Is the color going to be pink of the tube? I'm referring to pink and white, or will they get rid of the colors too? Is the font type going to change, like how they write Fair and Lovely, or the font is also going to change? And most importantly, how talent models will be showcased in the new communication. Will dark skinned women become the face of this new brand? Well, only time can tell. My take is that there can be a complete revamp of the branding elements to suit to the new name, positioning, and product placement. And if this happens, then the tricky part would be to see the switch from Fair and Lovely to the new name and how creatively Hindustan Unilever will communicate this, because it has to be simple so that it becomes easy for consumers to understand, adopt, and so that it gels in easily. Well, as per the sources, it will be out in a few months, so let's wait and watch. So, thank you for listening, everyone. Thank you, Zara. And stay tuned for our next and last episode of this season of Distinctive Brand Assets. Till then, take care. See you soon. Bye.